Good afternoon. This is Michael Lance, and I just have put together a little presentation to show how you can use Rootsmagic to help in your family history work. And I'd like to start with the end in mind. If I can get the screen to go, here we go. One of the key features of Rootsmagic is that once you pull data into it, it will allow you then to sort the data, your names as to whose work is ready or is reserved, which people in your family history need more information in order for the work to be done, how many are ready for the work to be done. One caveat to this ready, though, is that it assumes, it doesn't put a date on it, so that if anybody is born fewer than 110 years ago, they'll still show up here, even though you might not be able to do the names because of the church's restrictions on 110 years. And then finally it shows you all the people whose work has been done in your file. So the way it works, Rootsmagic is kind of in the middle. You'll see that you can upload to Ancestry.com and download from Ancestry.com. And this is really ideal for doing information and research on people who's quote-unquote need more information. You also see that it will bring information from Family Search and also port information from your research into Family Search. This is the paid version. The unpaid version does not allow you to download information on your research from Ancestry. So that's the difference between the two. You can start with the trial version, see how functionally rich it is, and if you like it, go ahead and then buy a license. Right now, the license for one user is $29.95, and I bought my first Rootsmagic product about 7-8 years ago, and I've been under the same license ever since. So here are the steps to download and install Rootsmagic, and I'm going to make these available as a separate PowerPoint presentation. But basically, you just download the trial app from that website. Now, I'll show you how to do that. Install this software on your local computer and then register the trial version. And then I'll show you, once we get into Rootsmagic, how to start the process of importing your names from Family Search so that you can then get the benefit of seeing where the people are. Again, I'm not going to go through this step by step. Again, the goal here is to be able to download all the names, or at least 10 generations of names from Family Search into your Rootsmagic file, and then it breaks it up in, again, these 4 buckets that are helpful for you to understand where you need to spend your time. Alright, let's get started on that. First thing I'm going to do is go here, and I'm going to select the field that had the link on it, and I'm just going to control click to open up that file. It should take us right to that on the website. Let me do it one more time. Better yet, let me just copy and paste it. And then open up a browser. Once I get this window, then I just click on Try Now. And you can put your first name. I'll put just Mike Lance. And I'll put an email. One email address I have that I haven't used in a long time, just so it thinks I'm somebody different. And I'll verify that email address. And then I'll click on download. So because I'm on a Windows device, I'm going to download the Rootsmagic Essentials for Windows, the installer. Once it does that, you can see how it's loading it over here. And what you do once it's completely downloaded, you're going to wait for that to be done. And again, it's only 28.4 megabytes, so it's not too big. I'll say open when done. Well, I'll just wait. There, now it's ready. Now I'll say open. What it'll do is it'll load the file into your system. Select yes, and now it'll start to, you can watch it actually start to load. I accept the agreement, and we just go next, yes, you can create all those, and then go ahead and install. It'll take a couple minutes. The other thing it does is it downloads the system, but then once it downloads it, it checks to make sure that you have the latest and greatest rev level. Apparently they didn't put the latest and greatest rev level at the time that you download it, so it'll just take a couple minutes to bring this up. There, now you click on finish and it'll start the program for you. Again, like I said earlier, I'm going to do the free version here. It always gives me some news. I just close out of that. Now to start, I'm going to create a new file. I'll give it a name. Let's put today's date to 2018, so I can separate these from other files I might have. Okay, I do want to indicate LDS support on this and family tree support. So I mark these. I don't mark the display surnames uppercase, but it's important you mark these because then it'll show you the status of the records of the people that you're doing. Now, once you get this, you get a blank file that opens up, basically. And there's a couple of tools that you need to set first before you download the information from Family Search. Let me just show you where those are. One's here in Family Options, File Options, I'm sorry. And you can see that the LDS support is signed, so you're good for that. Click on Family Search, and you can see you need to put your login. I'm going to put mine in. So it's your Family Search login and then your password. Okay. You say okay at this point. Once you do that, it'll affirm that that is a good login, a good password. And then last, you want to just check your program options here. And it looks to me like you're all set. So the key feature here is to go into File, Family Search Central. When you go in here, first thing you have to do is log into Family Search again. Put in your username. I don't know why it doesn't carry it over from before. Your password. And then I always click Remember Me. And then sign in. Once it acknowledges that it's you, then here's where the fun begins. And here's where you would download the information from your Family Search to start. You click on Import up here. Once you click on Import, I just leave these selected 10 generation 4 descendants. And when you click on Import, it'll start the process of importing. You can see that it's importing people and families at one time. And this could take a long time. So I'm going to pause here. Okay, so it's right now it's just been running a couple minutes already. It's brought 70 people over. So I'm going to cancel at this point. You can see once you bring, in this case I brought 76 people over. I did one person's import. It was about 12,000 names, so it took 8 hours. So Once you bring the names over, then Rootsmagic automatically starts looking to see if it can match the people in Rootsmagic with Family Search. In this case, because you're bringing the data from Family Search, it's an obvious match. So the key here is to look at the information that's available again in this sector. I'll just draw this over here again so you can see. You can see how it's actually bucketing people into certain brackets. And that's the key feature of the system, is the ability to do that. And just let it spend a couple more minutes and go through that. And you can see once you have the people listed into one of these 4 areas, then you can click on an area, see how that's a selection, and it'll bring up the people whose work is now available to do. And so, for example, let's say I click on Inez Asbury, and Rootsmagic will bring up and compare the information that it has to information that you have in Family Search. You'll see here now, I'm going to highlight this, that this is the information for this person that's currently in Family Search. Let's see if I can move this up a little bit. Hold on. So I move this up. What? No, it didn't like me. I'm using the wrong key. So it has Inez Ann Hope Asbury. And it says that she was born in 1922. But it lists her father and her mother that I don't have in Rootsmagic. It didn't pull that information over. And I can do that very simply just by clicking on this and then selecting to add as a father. And so it will pull the additional information over. The one problem with Inez, and the reason why I can't select her work to be done, is because she was born before the 110-year deadline. So although it shows it's ready, it won't be really eligible for the work to be done until 2032, unless you're a direct descendant of hers. Let's just go through and look at a couple other ones of these. I think I've done most of the work for people, and you see I'm looking at the dates, their birth dates, because if it's before 1909, this person would be eligible to do in December of this year, December 15th of this year. And you see that her work hasn't been done yet because she's too young. Let's just go through. Oh, here's one about. So I don't think it'll about let me do it. And so once you have figured out whose work's been done, whose work hasn't been done, then you can go in here and just select the person's work to be done. The other feature that's nice, I'm going to close this out, is this ability to need more information. You click on here, you can see that there's people listed here who we don't have much information for. And again, we can compare and contrast. Oh, I see, for example, this person, if I click on Copy Rootsmagic, I can move all the information from Family Search into Rootsmagic. And you see the only thing that really needs to be done is to be sealed to her parents. And that has not been done. She's born 1948. So if I bring her father and her mother over into Rootsmagic, excuse me, then hopefully it'll let me reserve her name. You see what I'm doing? I'm moving it from this field over here to this field over here, which is my Rootsmagic. Now if I click on ordinances, it says I still need more information for that work to be done. But if I want, let's close this out for a second, because now I can, the other feature in Rootsmagic is the ability, here's me listed the first person, is the ability to go in and hold on, if I click, I have to click on internet, do tree share. I sign into Rootsmagic, I'm sorry, into Ancestry. And then hopefully that was my right sign, I'm not sure. Oh yeah. Then when you first do it, you upload to Ancestry New Family Tree. So you just click on this, you create a new family tree name. So it matches, in this case, it matches the same name I have for Rootsmagic. And I'll say, go ahead, do that. It will take the 76 names that I have and now port them up to Ancestry with that name. And here's where the nice feature of Rootsmagic is the ability to tie information from Ancestry.com to Rootsmagic, which will then allow you to port it from Rootsmagic to this is my great grandmother. Let's go. If I click on Show on Ancestry, it'll open up a window and show me. Oh, it needs my sign on again. I'll put that in real quick. And my password. Okay, let's see. Save. And so now here's my great grandmother Lucy. And you can see that there may be some additional hints for her. And if I want, I can view her in a tree. I don't know if I have her parents listed in here yet. I didn't let it go that far. Oh, I do have some hints. So here I have 15 ancestral hints for information that I don't currently have for her. You can see here's her find a grave. So if I was to select any of these, for example, like right here, that's her son. I don't want that one. I want to do something different. Hold on. Let's say find a grave. Here's her grave information. No, hold on. See if I can find her actual marriage information. Ah, maybe this is her. She was 18 years old when she married Edwin E. Hicks. So if I select that information and then port the other information over. Here's her husband, her father, say save to the tree. Now the neat feature here is if I go back to Rootsmagic, say I get out of this program now and then open it up again. What it does is it re-examines all the new information I have for everybody whose research I've done, and it now makes it available. See how it's highlighted that? So now it says, oh, her father, Alex Edmonds, popped up in one of the reports that I had. So now if I move him over, accept the changes, no, see, it won't let me do that because I need to do the paid version. But if this were the paid version, then it would pull that information over into Rootsmagic and then allow me to then port it from Rootsmagic into Family Search. So you kind of get an idea of how the whole process works here. And you can see that these names as listed here are all people whose work has been all done. And if I remember correctly, we worked on Kazarnia and found out that she couldn't be sealed yet to her parents because I didn't have enough information to do that. And yeah, it needs more information. So this is a great feature. Again, go back to the Family Search Central and you can work on this list. And what I commonly do is I pick a grandparent a month to work on, and I work on their line. I work on this needs more information to see if I can find more information on Ancestry and then port it over into Rootsmagic and then over to Family Search. So hopefully that'll help. I'm going to provide this video along with the PowerPoint presentation. If you got any questions, please feel free to let me know. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.